So you want to build a cajon?
Yeah, I'm going to build a cajon drum for my dad for his 61st birthday, and I bought some about 8.5 feet of figured maple that we're going to turn into a box drum.
So how much do you know about woodworking?
Well, I've watched a lot of YouTube videos. One guy in particular.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get going.
Okay. I think a 1/2 inch thick is going to serve us. This is like about 1.5 inches thick. So it's about 12 inches by 12 inches by 18 inches.
So I guess we should resaw these.
Yeah.
Sorry.
What did I do wrong?
So many pitfalls I never think of because it just never happened to me. So now we need to resaw these, and we could use the table saw or the band saw. Probably be safer.
Okay.
I'll have to change the blade on it.
How do you keep it straight? How do you know that it's not going to go back and forth when I'm running it this off?
Well, we need a fence on there, but
Okay.
before we do that, let's square off these edges on the jointer.
Yeah.
Because even if you've got a fence, if the bottom edge isn't
Yeah, it
square, you
doesn't-
might end up going away from the fence.
Sure. Okay.
So jointer's over there.
Yeah.
Have you used the jointer before?
Nope. I've seen it done. YouTube. So I'm just running it across there like that.
That's right.
Oh yeah. There it goes.
Nope. Oh, slide it.
So,
it's a bar clamp.
This, right. Even the simplest part of the process still makes me look like an idiot.
You know, what you're not getting is the benefit of a dry run. When I build something, I need to do something 2 or 3 times. I do the first one, and then I film the next one. So that clamp there is to line it up in the middle. What we're doing here is feeding all the pieces through back to back with sacrificial pieces ahead of it and behind so that the snipe is only on the sacrificial pieces. It took several passes to get that plane down to the right thickness.
What causes burning? Like, what am I doing wrong? Am I going too fast or too slow?
Too slow.
Yeah. Okay. I did the same thing. Yeah. I mean,
There are several beginner mistakes that Paul was making on the table saw. I'll make a separate video on that later.
no burning. Yeah. So the end grain tends to absorb the glue the most. So I tend to put the glue on, especially on the end grain.
and we are not square. Like that square is meant to have load applied to it. Oh, and there's a gap here. Here. Yeah.
Is this a problem here?
Oh, shit. Oh, we didn't put any clamp there. Thank you for catching that. Oh, I know why this was completely ineffective, because this screw up was my fault. We made this part longer than this piece is wide, and then we put the blocks here, and then the second set of blocks, I put them on like this. And that made them worse than useless, because the glue squeeze that was going to glue them against the box, and no matter how hard we pressed against here, it was not going to tighten up the joint this way.
I think that gap closed more.
Oh, good. Yeah, that's better. Okay, time to call it a day.
Yep.
We're going to put a snare in there, and that's going to push against the back of the plywood that's the drum. But Paul wants some click stops on it, but experimenting, the angle between no contact with the plywood and pressing so hard it never rattles is actually quite small. So we need something to turn a large rotation into just a small one. And for that, I'm going to make some gears. While Paul was gluing the top on, I glued this together, and that goes in here. And then the snare goes in here, like this. And then that allows for more precise adjustment of the snare. And I have all these little notches in the edges here, and this piece of coat hanger wire is going to push in here and provide the click stops so that this won't move when people are beating on this box. So this next step, I'm going to do that instead of letting you do it, because I don't want any chip out on this nice wood. So I'm actually going to cut this backwards, and I'm going to cut 30 degrees from both sides to kind of approximate a nice round edge over here. I could use a router, but I just want to avoid the chance of chip out and burning. Now it feels more like a roundover. Let's put the drywall screw in there. Musical instrument grade. The problem is, if this was my instrument, I wouldn't be too worried about it, because if something goes wrong, I'll just fix it. But it's going to be out of my hands. If it goes wrong, it's just wrong.
Well, Dad's an engineer. He'll figure it out.
If we turn this too far, we can never get the snare back. We need to add a stop, so just put a screw in here need to put a knob in here, a knob on here. So finally got it jammed in there good. And here's the adjustment. Cajon with gears. Whoops.
Give me 1 second before you start recording. You already started.
That's right.